Going to the metro station now, and I'll find a way how to get to that big tower. So that's the entrance. That's a small, not a small building. I don't know what's that. Hi. Thank you. I just got a Buddhist thing. I don't speak Chinese. Okay, thank you. No, I have to go. No, yeah, have to go. Okay, no, thank you. Oh, they have them here as well. I thought they only exist in the United Kingdom. There you go. Somehow I felt like religion is banned in China. Yeah, I hope I didn't record the video of that person. I don't want to get him in trouble. It's quite a normal behavior that I get every day in Oxford. People try to sell me a religion. So there you are. If you think China is that strict on religion, well, think twice. I don't want to, for some reason, people record everything here, but for some reason I feel guilty when I record young ladies. Oh, that's good. Because that's problematic, especially in the West. Girls, they don't like it when you record them, but here they record everything all the time. They're not camera shy people, that's what I can say. Now I'm going through some security. Why? Entrance gate. So I need to go through security to go to the train. No, I don't want to do that. I don't mind doing it, but there's no other way around it. But the problem is that I cannot record police people, so I have to stop the camera. Give you a heads up of what happened. So you see you have two trains and both of them go in opposite direction, but me, coming from a small city like London, I couldn't figure this out like a dumbass. So the security guard was very helpful. Thanks to them, they told me where to go, but I still couldn't figure it out. Then a couple helped me go through the gate, because the Alipay app that I have, it has a special feature for payment in shops, but also a different feature for payment in transport. So remember that you have to enable the feature. And what happened with me was that I didn't have that enabled, and there was a couple, Chinese couple, that they were helping me, and they were already on the other side of the gate, and I was passing my phone to them, asking them to activate it for me. And I would never do that in London, because people just, you don't trust people in London. You don't know who's going to take your phone and say goodbye, have a nice life. You have a security gate between the two of us. That could happen in London, but I didn't feel that could happen here. And so they activated it, then they passed it on to me back. I scanned it and I managed to enter, and then I still couldn't find a way on which train out of only two trains, because you can't rotate this horrible thing. Why does Apple doesn't have a mixer on the phone? I can't, but if you see that, so those destinations that are listed there, as you can see, they have some small Chinese English language letters, which they say 1 and 2. So, okay, to Pudong Terminal, 1 and 2. So this one is 2, but the other one was showing 1 and 2, and I didn't know which one to go. So another very friendly Chinese guy helped me, and I made it in less than 15 minutes thanks to 3 different Chinese assistants. They're very helpful in London. People would help you as well, but they would say something, they'll shout out something and they'll run away. These people would actually spend time looking at the actual, phone and translating things from Chinese to English. So very helpful people. That's you need them, otherwise you're not gonna make it. Not even on the train ride. So there we are. I'm gonna change the camera to the front now. You see how it goes? Exit 2 to 6. So those are the gates. And now when you exit, you have to scan that special barcode that you have on Alipay. Otherwise, it doesn't know how much to charge you. I guess that needs to be geolocated somehow. It could be improved, but why they haven't done it? Well, probably this is easier, and probably because some privacy issues. But you can see, very modern, very new. Everything is shining, everything is clean. People are very helpful. What can I say? I already have SIM card, so I went to a local store and I got a SIM card. And, so when I exit this, I'm gonna use Google Maps. Doesn't work. Apple Maps is horrible, useless. I don't know why. Apple should know better. So I'm using Maps Me, and that's the only app. I need to find something else. So this is where you're gonna end up. Liyazu station. That's the station closest, at least closest to. Well, it is the closest. So whichever way you see Liyazu station, that's the one. And here is the Shanghai Tower, the biggest tower in China. And next to it, you have also this. So that's the other landmark. But I'm gonna see that tomorrow. Today I have to submit my PowerPoint slides for a presentation that I'm doing here to the Chinese organizer. Also, I have a video course with my students in Oxford. So I'm gonna see, I guess is this one. So I don't speak Chinese, so that I don't know what that means, but that's probably Shanghai Tower. Probably, it's one of those. But you see, actually, that might be more likely because you see it's bigger. But I'll figure it out once I go outside. You need a SIM card. I paid like 200 renminbi, that's 200 yuan, which is around 20 pounds so for a SIM card with 20 gigabytes of memory, 20 gigabytes of internet, sorry. Ooh, nice. Nice escalator. Okay, I'm going here and then I'll start recording when I get closer to the Shanghai Tower. There we are. I almost boarded a different train as opposed to going out. It said exit, so I went through a different security and I was helped by so you need to see the sign, Shanghai World Financial Center, Jinkao Tao, Shanghai, yada yada yada. And this is a train station in Shanghai. It looks like Heathrow Airport. I think they're quite far ahead. It's not what I expected from China at all. I mean, I expected it to be more developed a little bit than what I expected 10-20 years ago, but this is a different level. And they're very helpful. So luckily the lady or the security guard assisted me to exit the correct way, because I'm like a villager here, like somebody that comes from a little village in Scotland when there is no people, so he doesn't know how to behave on a train station. That's how I am, because I don't know if it's an airport, I don't know if it's a train station, I don't know what the hell is it. It's shining and flashing and there's security guards everywhere, so those are the security gates. I'm not allowed to record police people, so I'm gonna move the camera away, but I'm just gonna skim through it without actually pointing at them, so you can see guards everywhere, and that's what makes it a very secure place. They're not what you would expect from a guard. They're very friendly, and they would help you and they're gonna smile. So yeah, there we are. You see that sign over there? You need a sign like that, Shanghai EFC. Why doesn't it say Shanghai Tower? I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just a restaurant, and maybe I'm going in the wrong direction. Oh no, that's a mall. That's a mall. I'm going towards a mall. I'm gonna need to speak to another Chinese person to help me find. The tower is literally just outside. There's like 4 or 5 towers that I could visit, and I want to do it quickly because I have too much work and I have to send the slides to the organizer of the conference before end of today. But I wanted to do something. Oh, you look at that nice picture over there. Orchids. Anyway, so this is the mall, and I'm gonna go and look for a helpful Chinese person to help me find the tower. Finally. Desks everywhere. Finally, I'm outside and I can see them. And be prepared to ask for a lot of help. Chinese are very helpful and they will point you out. Oh, look at that. There was no way that I could get here in this short amount of time without asking them. Apple Map, by the way, that doesn't work very well either. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know if it's just here or everywhere. First time I used Apple Maps, because apparently it's allowed, and it didn't help at all. So it pointed me out into the wrong directions and I had to go back and forward and ask many Chinese people, which luckily they were very helpful. Otherwise I wouldn't have made it. And eventually I downloaded Maps. Well, I had downloaded Maps Me before. I use that when I go backpacking and hiking. into, look at that, that's where I'm going, I guess. So I'm using that when I'm backpacking into mountains when there is no signal, and that worked better than Apple Maps, which is very very strange. Google Maps doesn't work at all, and I'm sure that they have a Chinese version, which I'll find out which one is it and how is it called, but so far I have not been able to find a Chinese navigation map alternative to Google Maps. Something that is as good as Google Maps and that has you know, like English language. I haven't been able to find that. Now I'm gonna switch off because I have to look at this offline map which I have which I've used last time in Brazil, actually, to hike on a very remote trail that there was no internet, so that's what I'm using here, because none of the apps actually works. But I will come there tomorrow, so I'll record that probably tomorrow, and I will try to do the financial center as well, and that is also a very one of the buildings here, but I think that one is the biggest one, I think. So there's a loads of high-rise buildings here. Maybe it's this one? No, it's not that one. So I'll stop recording now. I'll find my way and I'll record from the actual tower. Well, I can start recording again because this turns out to be important part, not to miss out, to be able to find your way around Shanghai. If you're using the map that I'm using now, maps.me, which is an offline map, as you use it for hiking, what happens is it's difficult to follow that because that map is designed for terrain that doesn't have these escalators and streets. So what you have to do with this map is use it as just a map and track your point like a GPS location, and then you see how your location moves. That's the only way to find your way around with maps.me. If you find a better version, obviously use something better than this, but that's the only thing that actually works for me. And I can see the tower, I assume is that one, and I just need the map and to my pinpoint location to make sure I end up in the correct tower, because there's so many towers you can end up in the wrong one, and that's not a problem because you might want to see them all, but I want to see the highest building in China. That's the one that I'm aiming for to get. So there we are. I think it's that one, and I'm heading towards there. Let me check the map again. So I won't be able to show you what I'm looking at the screen, and actually if I look at the map the video will stop. That's how smart Apple Watches, Apple phones are. They don't have a mixer. I mean, mixers have existed since when? Before I was born. So they need to have a mixer that you can flip between front camera, back camera, and screen share and other things, but they don't have that. So now I'm gonna have to look on the map just to make sure that is the actual building that I'm going to. But again, maps.me won't point you out on the road. It will just point you out in everywhere, bushes, because I use it for hiking. So it's not the ideal option, but it works. If you're using Maps.me, you need to download it, pre-download it before you start hiking, because it's offline map, and then you need to follow the dot, which is you, according to GPS, and not really follow the path. The path might not lead you to a road that there is actually road.